The views and opinions expressed by the host are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of the show or its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions shared by any guest are their own and do not reflect those of the host, the show, its management, or its community. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi there, everyone. I'm Coach Celia Jacob, and I'm from Business Brews and Beyond. We're here to empower creative entrepreneurs, freelancers, and everyday people to define their grind and upgrade. Our goal is to create ripple effects of kindness, support, connection, and collaboration. And for today, we're going to talk about something many people dream about: building a business and a life that gives you freedom. Yes, time, location, financial independence ang pag-uusapan natin. Our guest today is an Emmy Award winner, business growth consultant, AI integration trainer, and a global nomad who has coached over 11,000 professionals across 31 countries lang naman. And just recently, she was recognized as one of MSN's top 5 business coaches in 2026. Grabe, no? So for 11 years, she has built businesses and coached clients from cafes, airports, co-working spaces, and beachside terraces around the world. From working with brands like Visa, Apple, to helping entrepreneurs create freedom-based businesses from anywhere around the world. Our guest for tonight shares how people can stop building businesses that burn them out and start building lives that truly align. So for tonight, let's welcome, streaming live from USA, my good friend, Rene Kamstra. Hi, Rene! How are you? How are you? How's my dear friend out there? How are you?
Oh my gosh, I am so good. And well, good morning from the US.
Good evening from this side of the globe, from the Philippines. Oh, wow. Rene, can you give us an update? Define this your grind. What's keeping you busy lately?
Oh my gosh. Well, you have to remember that as the CEO, and because I teach people to do business where they become the owner and not necessarily the managing and operations person, I am still busy with what I love to do, and that is most of the times the training and so on. But my team, oh my gosh, they are working on getting us ready because we have a live 3-day training coming up.
Wow.
And that is free for anybody. So please, if your people in the Philippines would love to join, it's
I
going
will
to
sign
be
up.
September 3, 4, and 5, and it's 2 hours a day from 1 to 3. So it's your midnight or after midnight.
Okay.
And I'm also speaking a lot. So we are getting a lot of great opportunities for speaking on my calendar. So that's what's keeping me busy.
Wow. And by the way, I would like to congratulate you. You're recognized as top MSN's business coaches for 2026. I heard that you got that recognition. And there's one more thing. Can you share that thing with us?
I am so excited because just last week, Apple News actually also gave me a recognition. So yeah, so it's growing, and I'm just
Yeah,
really,
wow.
really thankful, Celia.
Wow, recognition upon recognition. I think truly, people are recognizing, people are also helping communities and other people to elevate their lives. And thank you, Renee. Where are you? Where are you streaming from right now?
Well, right now I'm in Virginia in the
Okay.
US. And as you know, as a nomad, I travel all the time. So, yep, enjoying this time.
Yeah, so yeah, now it's around 9 or something, 9:30 or 8:30 in the evening. I think it's morning on your side of the globe. So thank you,
Correct.
Renee, for giving me the opportunity to nitpick your brain again, because I met you like 6 years ago. That
True.
was in Manila, about to fly to another country, and we had a
True.
chance to meet again, right? The connection is from one of our friends, Croy Sather, marathon man of
That's
marathon,
true.
right? Yeah.
And then I think I actually was on one of your
Yes.
not your podcast, but some event that you
Yes,
had.
you were part of our freedom speakers during the pandemic. It was like like 50 speakers, I think, and that was 3 days, eight
Yeah.
hours per day, something. And I feel like a very, very important milestone also for some of the people that I was supporting in different communities, because they were able to listen to several mentors and coaches, even if it was pandemic at that time. So anyway,
Right.
Renee, let me proceed. I want to ask you so many questions. I'm a fan. You are the OG. You're really the OG for digital nomads, and even before it became popular. So let me ask you, Renee. This is my first question because I already asked my friends and some people who are watching me that I'm having a guest, like an OG digital nomad who's really like helping people, build their life, a life that they truly design. So, Renee, when did you realize that traditional life wasn't for you? Can you share that with us?
Absolutely. So, literally, when I was a little girl, I was 10 years old, Celia, when I went on my very first bus ride.
Okay.
And on this bus ride, what would happen is I I just loved it so much. And I turned around to my parents and I told my parents, Mom, Dad, I'm going to marry a bus driver because then he can take me anywhere I can be.
Oh my
Where
God.
I want to be. So I loved traveling, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so then when I became older, obviously I still wanted to travel. So literally that's where that whole part started. Can you imagine?
Yeah, wow. Whenever we're thinking of when did you realize, I would not really think about 10 years old and then trying to marry someone. Oh my God. That's a funny story, but really it opens our eyes to things whenever we see that there's something, a new perspective opening when we travel. Sometimes when we travel, we realize that we really don't know that much because it opens doors, it opens different cultures. And how many countries have you traveled, Renee?
I have traveled, or I have clients in 32 countries.
Okay.
So obviously, I've been to all of those 32. And then probably another eight on top of that. So
Wow.
about 40 countries.
Wow.
So, and just loving it.
So, yes, Renee, what made you pursue a location independent life before it became popular? Let me ask you that because, there's so many people who's like doing that right now because it became popular being a digital nomad, working in the beach, working anywhere. You did it even before it became popular, right? What made you pursue that location independent lifestyle?
So another interesting story, right?
I'm ready for it.
I I was living here with my children in the US. I lost my partner or my husband, and then once the kids grew up, I felt very lonely.
Hmm.
Now, this is strange that I'm saying I felt lonely. And then remember, I'm also a life coach, and I believe you go through things in order to get on top of them.
Yeah.
And so, what happened is I just decided I'm going to book myself an 11-month travel thing
Wow.
where I would live as a nomad so that I can learn to be alone.
Mm.
and
Wow.
and so that's literally what made me go. But now the interesting thing that happened is I was about 4 5 months in, and when I woke up so sad because I felt so alone and I just wanted to go home that morning to be with my kids.
Oh,
And I knew I had a speaking engagement in Fiji literally a week from then. So it would be stupid for me to go to the US, fly there for like 19 hours, and then fly back for like 24 hours, right? And just be home for a few. But what I did is I literally set my alarm for 30 minutes because I was crying, Celia. Snot was dripping. I was literally a mess, right? And so I set my alarm and I gave myself the opportunity to still cry
okay.
because I thought that was important.
Yes.
And then I set the alarm because I always tell my people, don't stay in that place. You have to shift yourself out. So that alarm was set so that I could get out of walk, because that would then move my body. Right. And so when I did that and the alarm went off, I went there. I went to a beautiful breakfast, and one of the lady boys, right, got me there at the gate and didn't know what to do with me. And I'm like, I'm just going to have breakfast outside in the garden. He put me in the garden, Celia, and right next to a plant. And the next moment, there was a butterfly that landed in that plant. So I was like looking at this butterfly. And then when my omelet came, this butterfly literally flew into my plate facing outside, turned around facing inside, walked up, spread its wings. And there I was, totally mesmerized. It looked like he was having nectar on my omelet, but it was salty. So imagine. And that changed everything for me. It literally changed everything, because I said it, I put it on Facebook, and I asked my people, all my peeps, right, what do you think it means? And I got, like, within an hour, like 169 comments back. And in that moment, Celia, I knew I am never alone.
Yeah.
That changed everything.
In the Philippines, Renee, butterflies are representation of people who loves us, visiting us or going to wherever we are. For me, it's my dad. It will always be my dad. Whenever I see a butterfly or something, I would feel like I'm never alone, because number seven and my dad would be my sign. Like whatever instances, whatever, it's like I'm already in a very, very tough spot, and then I would see a butterfly or number seven, so that would be my sign. So I feel like these are the things that keeps us going, or sometimes makes us realize,
Right?
and I love the story. Thank you for that story, Renee. I just want to ask you about, with that lifestyle, people are the lifestyle that we chose. The lifestyle that we chose. People are saying that these are lifestyle for men, or for people who should be like really going around different places, and not us. Sometimes, I in my 50s, people would saying, why would you think of going around different places where you can easily stay at home and just do whatever? And how did those words, telling you, naysayers telling you that this lifestyle is not for us, and then how were you able to pursue the vision that you really believe that is aligned for you?
So that's a beautiful question, because even when I was younger, right, when I wanted to become a business consultant and coach, at that time, something like that didn't exist, and it was literally only men.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was probably one of the very first women ever in that business.
Wow.
And once you actually broke a barrier,
Yeah.
you just have the confidence that you can always do it again.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
so traveling, to me, well, I couldn't do it. Now, I'm not stupid. I am not going to go into an area where it could be very dangerous. And now you have to realize, you see my white hair. So it is very interesting when I travel now, especially since I grew out my hair, right? I get so much help that everybody wants to be there with mama. And so in a way, it is even better
Yeah,
now
it
that I'm
became a perk,
older.
it became a perk
It
for us.
is a
Yeah.
perk.
Because for
Yes.
us, going around and traveling, and then they know that, oh, I need some, and it's okay to ask. I went to Bali, I went to Chiang Mai. I'm asking because I'm not familiar with that, and it felt good because while you're traveling now, people seems to be more helpful than before, maybe. So Renee, I'm happy that you found your freedom and you're like doing what others are just aspiring to do. So let me ask you a question. Business and freedom. So first, let me ask, what is freedom for you? What does freedom really actually mean for you?
So it means different things to different people, right? And to me, freedom is even ownership. Literally, it is ownership. It is living life by design,
Oh wow, I love that.
right? It is having the funds in order to make that happen. It is freedom in my head where I can just be happy, where
Yeah.
I can choose joy every day.
Oh wow. And you really have to find joy in whatever you're doing because otherwise there's no point, right? Let me have another question because I have some friends asking me, what are the mistakes that people make when they're building businesses?
Ooh, ooh, juicy. It's going to take a little longer answer, right?
Yeah.
Juicy question. I love it. Okay. Most people build the business because they are just looking what is there around that might have a little bit of a need, and then they build a business based on what they think will work. A business is all about creating raving fans. If
Mm,
you don't have clients that love you, they're not going to come back.
yeah.
And if you just give them something that you think works, but that's not what they are looking for,
Yeah.
you don't have a business
Yeah.
because you don't have a buyer, right?
Yeah.
So those are two things. But a big, big, big one is that people just build a product based on tactical skills that they have. And I am a big believer if we look what is our zone of genius or our superpower, that thing that if you're religious, we know that, God gift us with certain things. And if we understand what that is and we really dig deep into that, right? And if we now take that and we combine that with maybe having another team, or we use it with AI so that we can build out quicker. But that's the part that we bring to the table that is who we truly are, right? Now you have something that you can give where you will never be tired of it. So it will never feel like work. It is just who you are. And that's where most people make the mistake. They build the prison of just having work to make money
Yeah.
versus doing that part where they can stand out from anybody else. And now it is like building upon that. And yeah, then you can be flexible. Yeah, so if we are not working from our zone of genius, right, which is who we truly are, it's very hard to be flexible. And the reason for that is simple. If we are only building things upon our skill sets have a limit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we might think we are out there, but you can never be flexible unless it is something that you are so good at, you can pivot at any time.
Wow. Renee, you triggered 2 points there. I'm also talking about superpowers, but you call it zone of genius. I like that. For me, I call it because I had some activations here about finding your superpower. But one thing that really struck me the most is our alignment with AI. People are saying that AI is going to, take our work from us or replace us or whatever. But in reality, it just exposes what we don't know, and it helps us to find things that to adapt to what's happening at the moment, and it will help us. Can you please help me? How can we tell people that they should not be overwhelmed with the AI generation or the AI era? And first, how are we able to connect with AI? That's my first question, because for me, on my part, I was like asking my kids, or like I was like having some conversations with the younger generation, and I realized I like that. It makes my work easier, speed, efficiency. So, how did you come up with so many things that is connecting to more, easier things to do, like using AI?
See here, obviously, with my gray hair, I didn't know computers, right? And I am somebody who learned a long time ago, unless you stay ahead of the curve, you are dead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I am definitely not going to sit on my laurels and die.
Yeah.
Right?
Same here.
And so I just started putting some stuff in there and learned and took a course around AI. But what I really realized is when you use AI and you don't use your brain, you will be dead as well,
Yeah.
because you will never get caught into the AI Google searches anymore. So you need to still develop your own language so that that the searches will pick you up in the AI world.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm seeing that what AI is doing is generalizing everything. And when you want to have a general life, then yeah, you can use it. And people are getting tired of reading those generalized stuff.
Yeah.
And so in the end, that's not what's going to take you away. And so again, using my zone of genius, then really adding, I created a clone for myself and my business, right? So that AI can literally know exactly what I do behind the scenes. Now it became a lot more precise. And then I still use some of my own things in there so that it becomes different from anybody else. Does this answer your question, or do
Yes.
you want to have some more detail?
I think that answers my question. I feel like in the age of information and everything is free, data is free, I think still having that superpower, your genius, whatever you know, like if you're an accountant, be a super accountant. If you're a lawyer, be a super lawyer. If you're a designer, be a super graphic designer, because AI can help you do that, but still it has to come from you. I think what you're saying is like you
Yes.
cannot be general, because if it's general, that's just a free information, free data from anyone. And
True.
I think that in the age of AI, still transformation and real connection is the true currency. If we learn from people like you who will elevate what we can do, that puts us in the next level, right? I think that's
Very true.
I think that's how I got it from your explanation, that okay, you can be general, you can know AI, but if you're just going to, keep it at that general level, then that's also dead. That's not it also. That's not the answer.
Exactly. And, and so let me actually explain a little bit of a zone of genius that you
Okay.
just have, right? So we can say we want to be the best lawyer or whatever. That is still general,
Mhm.
right? But let's say we answer a lot of questions. So I'm going to ask you a question or two, all right? When you were very young, Celia, what were certain things that you love to do that even today, if you do that, you will sometimes not even realize you didn't have lunch or something because you are just so engaged? What are some of those things for you?
For me, it's really, telling a story, graphic designing, or just playing with music or something. I think that's something that even if I'm super tired, if I'm designing something, because I'm a graphic designer by profession. So if I am able to create something really beautiful, it really doesn't matter if it's taking me how many hours. Right. So that's passion. And with that, I feel like I don't really care if I take so much time from except it's not like if I do admin work. I don't like admin work. I don't like whatever.
Right?
Yeah, but if it's designing or if it's about music or if it's about storytelling or connecting with people, that's something that I like, Renee.
Right? And so think about it. So part of your zone of genius has to do with creativity.
Yeah.
And it has to do with almost coming up with something new. So even when you connect with people, it's most likely why you created this beautiful Brews and Beyond,
Yeah.
because when you connect, it's creative. You get new questions when you
Yes.
talk, and then you pull it out of people. And so you always take that to a next level.
Yeah.
And it's the same with when you design. If we put all of those things together, and this is just two questions, when I really go through people's zone of genius, we might go through 20 questions,
Wow.
right? And very deep so that we can really pinpoint it. But that's how you find your zone of genius. And then if you now use that to take yourself to the next level, that is how you set yourself apart.
Wow. These are the things that people need right now, right? Because sometimes we really don't know what's our zone of genius. We don't know what's our superpower unless someone really helps us, mentors us, or coach us to find it. And there's something about passion also. We feel like there are so many things that we really like to do, but we're not sure if this is something that we can like do for the rest of our lives, right? And I think someone like you, Renee, can really help us find our zone of geniuses. I'm hoping that we can connect with you again. So I'll not. I know that this is like how many minutes already, and it's very early in the morning there. Let me ask some rapid fire questions. So one word to describe the words that I will be saying. So if you're game, so we can like share it to some people.
Of course, and I have enough time, whatever
Okay.
time you need.
Thank you, Renee. So let me ask you, Renee, freedom for you is in one word.
Freedom equals joy.
Wow, I love that. I love that. Yeah, yeah, it's very good. Okay, AI is
Something to enhance.
success feels like.
Success feels like loving everybody.
Okay,
To me, that's success.
okay.
Where I have really literally gotten the pleasure of loving my peeps and loving people and loving to travel. So I would say success equals love to me.
And getting the love back, right? Because yeah,
It always comes back if,
yes,
if if you do that. I
yeah.
feel so loved by you today.
Yeah, and really, I miss you. You remember? It was I think in McDonald's that we saw each other. I was like,
Yeah,
that was like it's so short. It was so short of a meeting, and I was like really grateful that you accommodated us with the summit before. And I said, I hope that the moment you come back to the Philippines, I would have a chance to catch up with you again. That's why. This is happening, and hopefully, we will be having more. So, Renee, another one. Zone of genius for you is.
zone of genius is the one thing that can expand your life to joy, but it is the one thing that can set you apart.
Okay. I like that.
So there's no one word for that,
Okay.
right?
And what is
Because
your zone of genius?
mine is I am very strategic, so I can see the 40,000 foot view, and then I can take that down to what people understand and where they are and help them build the steps so they can go into the life where that's what they do forever and love it.
Wow. I remember you were talking about communications when you spoke in Freedom Talks before, and I was like, that was one of the, I enjoyed that talk. I was like facilitating that, and I said, I want more. So you really have that zone of genius, Renee. So let me ask you, give an advice to your younger self. Can you share it with us?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't grow up in a house that was very easy,
Mm,
right? And my advice would be don't always listen to what others want you to do.
yeah,
Follow your heart,
yeah.
follow your own gut, because we all are born with that. And if we really listen to that from the beginning, things work out a lot faster.
Yeah, but I think you did that. You followed your heart. You went around.
I did. However, I was so much older, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so if I was younger, I would have literally done it earlier.
Yeah. So before I end, I want to ask you to address also some of the overseas Filipino workers and the Filipinos here who's listening to my Business Brews and Beyond. If you can have an advice for them, for those who would really want to live a life of freedom, time, location, financial independence, use their zone of geniuses. What advice can you give them? Because for some of them, they're feeling stuck. Some of them are feeling, I'm too old for this or stuff like that. I don't believe that.
Yes.
Age is just a number for me also. And I feel like, Renee, whenever we think of things that we can share with others, so many people are being, empowered. So can you share with us, especially the Filipinos who are feeling stuck right now and they want to know how they can, find more marketability with themselves because most of us coming from the 50s 40s or something, what's the next careers?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. As you know, I love the Filipino people, right? And I even have a virtual assistant
Yeah,
company with a lot of Filipino people. And so the one thing that I would really recommend is to be very adaptable.
yeah,
Adaptability is the new buzzword, and it is literally because the way that you guys were doing virtual assistant work and so on is starting to change right now. And if you don't change with the times, you are going to lose out.
yeah. Yeah,
So be
that's true.
adaptable, right? The other thing that I don't always see is that, and what I enjoy, so let me specify that, is Filipino people are super smart. Many of them went to school for a lot of things. And when you give them a task, they will literally just do the task and not necessarily come to you and say, you know, absolutely, I can do it this way. And, if we do X, Y, and Z, it will be so much better. Or is it okay for us to try this? Because I think then we can maybe get more momentum and so on. And so, honestly, if I could give advice, be okay with asking or bringing something to the table
Yeah,
that we put a few heads together, we can get way better in everything. Don't be afraid putting a new concept on the table or asking whoever you work with, are you okay with me maybe bringing you another point of view, or maybe us testing something, because for experience, the amazing results. If we do that and we put our heads together with somebody who actually employs us, that employer will feel you are very engaged.
yeah,
They will notice that you might want to bring something to the table. So you are really, you are into your job, not just there for a paycheck,
yeah,
right? It just changes that
yeah.
whole culture. And it could make you love your job more because now you are not just doing this very specific cookie cutter thing.
Yeah. It's more of like you're also putting something that would help the business, right? I think also because most of the virtual assistants are here in the Philippines and they are being employed by people from different countries. The people who traveled outside, like for us, we were empowered to put something there or talk about this because we had the chance to really have multinational, colleagues in the office. But here in the Philippines, I think that would really put some like elevate their game when somebody can, help them and teach them how they can be more empowered to talk about things and they know what they're doing. They're the one who understand the reason why they're
Right?
asked, right, to do things like this because they have the skill, but it's more of like not shy, but maybe afraid to really ask or maybe afraid to put themselves out there. So I'm really hoping that our guests, some of our audiences would really check out some of the things that you've been doing this time, Renee, because maybe if you have workshops or activations, let me know so that we can really try to check our schedules. And I would really be promoting this one because it would help communities here. And especially now we're handling, stay at home mothers who are really professionals from before, but now they're staying at home and they want to be digital professionals. So that may be something that, they can benefit from. So yeah, Renee, if you have some activations or workshops right now, you can share it with us.
So obviously, I have the workshop that is coming up. It's free of charge. You
Oh,
can just I will send you a link so that they can sign up if they want to.
yeah.
September 3, 4, and 5. It is US time and it will be worth it. No question in my mind. And then obviously, I'm going to do a free workshop for your peeps who are interested, right? And I'll do 2 group classes. And one of them is going to be definitely how to find your zone of genius. So if they sign up with you, I'd be very happy to give them that class because it will be life changing.
Yeah.
No question around that.
I'm looking forward to that and looking forward to work with you again, Renee. I'm super, super excited and super happy to catch up with you again. We were both having, some difficult weather, different, both of us in different time zones having this rainy morning on your side, rainy evening on my side, but we were able to, wing it. So thank you, Renee, and hopefully we can have something like a workshop. I'm having Freedom Talks in Vietnam and then in Qatar. So when are you traveling again to the Philippines, Renee? By the way, may I ask when are you going to travel again?
Probably beginning of next year.
Okay.
I'm free.
Okay, so
I can travel when I need to.
let me connect with you because we're thinking of several activations and maybe you're in the area or you're thinking of traveling. Maybe that's a better time to travel because we want you to speak live because the last time it was pandemic and that was a super super good talk that you gave to the viewers. That's 55,000 viewers out there last time and I'm really grateful that they were able to hear your talk about communications and stuff that they need to learn at that time. It's also about adapting because it's pandemic at that time, and we
True.
were talking about adapting, but now it's totally a different ball game because of AI. During that time, there's
Yeah.
no AI yet that's open for everyone, right? So thank you again, Renee. Thank you for a very, very good catch up and hoping to see you again soon. Happy to nitpick your brain again, learn from the expert, and congratulations about the recognitions that you have received this year. Apple, MSN, wow, Renee. Super,
Thank you.
super, super, super. It inspires me because you have proven that age is just a number. If you want to be happy, just be. You broke the the glass ceiling. You were one of the trailblazers because women at that time is not on that level. We're really like you were one of the first, and it's really inspiring. And that's a life that I want to also, people to see that they can aspire for. Don't think of being stuck, you're not ready, or you've already passed that age where you have to, aspire for something. Look at us, me and Renee. in our happy golden years or whatever, we felt like there's still, a chance for us to really make sure that our geniuses, really shines and really find that special joy when we put together our skills, the tools that's around us, and we be mentored by people who really walk the walk and talk the talk like Renee. Thank you, Renee.
Thank you, Celia.
When-
If I may, I want to leave your audience with one small exercise.
Okay.
And that would be when you feel stuck,
Hmm.
I want you to do something immediately. I want you to get up from your chair, do 10 jumping jacks,
Okay.
because that'll get your body moving. It'll also get your brain getting new oxygen, right? With some oxytocin and some
Yeah.
serotonin and all of that. And then at that time, what you want to do is literally focus on anything that is in the room with you. So let's say I had to focus on something. I could focus on Brews and Beyond, right? The sign, or I could go to your on-air sign, right? And I could literally focus. And when I'm 100% there, now I'm totally out of the place where I was stuck, because I am now focusing on something new. And when I focus on something new, it is a new meaning that I give. And so on air would be like, yes, let's go, right? Or whatever, right? And so that would now totally change the way my mind is thinking. And
Mm,
in that moment, I can make a new decision. So
yeah.
I am not stuck anymore. And
Wow.
so if your audience would do that every time they feel stuck, because you only feel stuck when you are thinking about the same thoughts, the
Over
same
and over.
questions, it
Yeah.
leads you to the same thing, and it's just a repeat of everything. We just have to change that around. You have the capacity to do that. So I want to challenge you, and please let Celia know when
Yeah.
that works for you. We want to get that in the comments, because that is a superpower that you will develop that could totally change your life.
Wow, that's really something that we can leave behind now, because that's an actual activation that they can do. Thank you, Renee. Thank you. Let's have others put their comments out there of what are their results, because most of the time we're really stuck. Sitting working on something, we don't really know what to do. We cannot think anymore, and I think that's a really a good exercise. And thank you for that. So simple but really powerful.
Yes. Thank you. Have a great day, Celia. Thank you. And thank you for having me on here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Renee, and hope to see you soon. And really, really, let's work again together. Okay? See you again in the future.
Sounds fantastic.
Bye.
Bye.
So there, grabe, no? That was a very, very good catch up with Rene Kamstra. Grabe, she just won, another award from Apple News. And then just this year she got like top 5 business coaches from MSN. This 2026, that was big. So many things that's happening to her. And imagine, living a life of freedom, going around different countries, enjoying life, because she wants to. That gives her joy, and that's life by design, and that's something that I really advocate. I want a life of freedom, time, vacation, and financial independence. I hope you learn a lot from Rene Kamstra. She's a good friend. She was one of the speakers from Freedom Talks 2020 during the pandemic, and super, super dami ko natutunan. I really learned a lot from her, and her vibe, no, her vibe so positive. You really feel like she wants to help and really elevate your life. So I'm excited for her Zone of Genius, workshops. I'm going to sign up also. I'm inviting everyone to sign up if you really want to discover your Zone of Genius, elevate it and use it to find the life that really aligns with you and like will make you happy. This is the sign. So again, this is Coach Celia Jacob. As always, tiptoe if you must. Just take that step. There's no better time to start. But now, ngayon na, you start now. Talagang we really have to start elevating ourselves and adapting to whatever is happening right now. So tiptoe if you must. Just take that step. Again, this is Coach Celia Jacob from Business Brews and Beyond, streaming live here from the Philippines. Bye!